So we bought our brand new Ember 22 ETS and it didn't have an overflow hose for the fresh water tank. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how I rerouted the overflow hose and installed a little shark bite adapter and shutoff valve. I'm Jason Cavill and you're watching Cavillier Travels. Never seen a turkey climb a tree. Wow. So now that we have the trailer back at home in the driveway, I'm going to take a look at just what's going on underneath this underbelly material. I haven't heard of anybody else having this issue, so it was probably just an oversight at the factory, kind of a quality control slip. So this underbelly on these Ember trailers needs to come off. So you got to take these little trim pieces off first. I just used a socket and a drill. I initially had the impact on there and I didn't like how much force was putting on those little screws and I didn't want to break any. So I wasn't too sure where the overflow hose was or should be. So again, this material's got to come down. There's a whole bunch of these screws going right into the frame. Just takes a little bit of time. Get it pulled down. Normally you would want to take your trailer probably to the dealership because this is like a warranty item, but I just needed to take a peek for myself. So as you'll notice, there's a ton of wires here, and those wires would have been in all that water that you saw at the beginning of the video because the overflow hose, well, if there was one, appeared to be draining underneath into this underbelly material. And I really got lucky that it didn't tear away from the trailer, especially while we were driving. Okay, so that was pretty easy, just to take that little kind of a lip. This little piece of metal that holds the little corrugated poly underbelly material on. There is the freshwater tank. And there is the overflow hose just laying there. So that'll be easy. I'll just have to poke a hole in the underbelly and drop it down. First, I want to make sure that there's a loop so it goes up and down so that I'm not losing all my water on the road. The overflow hose needs to have a loop that goes up and down so that your water doesn't siphon out and you lose all your fresh water onto the road. Here I'm just checking out underneath the underbelly. That's one of the hot air ducts from the furnace that goes to the front of the trailer, and that hot air comes out by the queen bed. That's the bottom of the freshwater tank. Again, you got all these wires. You can see the blue fill hose that goes into the freshwater tank. And initially I tucked out the overflow hose out to the side there, but I didn't like that. So I'm going to drill a hole and poke it out. I believe I have a 3/4 inch spade bit. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make sure that there was no kinks in the hose and I wasn't pinching any of those wires. Now we just have to do the process in reverse and reattach all that underbelly material. So there's a couple temporary screws I just put in there to hold it up, and then the little metal trim piece goes on after. This was a little bit awkward to do by myself. Having a helper really would have been nice, but we got it done. This is the support for the outside fender on the side of the trailer. So I left the overflow hose just like this for a couple more camping trips, but I noticed if I filled the tank right to full, it would start to overflow out of the hose and then it would siphon itself out and I would lose a significant amount of water. So I installed this little shark bite and garden hose adapter with a shutoff valve, basically just pieces that I found laying around in the shop. Just got to remember to open that valve when you need to use your faucets. Well, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
wrap